And on my first OB clinical rotation, I caught a baby as a student. So the rest was pretty much history. When I was in the psych field, I was working for a mental health clinic and I learned about nurse practitioners. I had no idea that those even existed. So I decided I was going to go back to school, become a nurse. My son being born on the first day of nursing school also sort of spiked that, desire to become a nurse and be a midwife eventually. Both my mom and my dad were pretty big characters in my life, but my mom is an ex-Marine. She's always been very, very independent. And when I was probably about 11 or 12 years old, she got very, very sick. And eventually it was found that she actually had an infection in her brain. She had to have major brain surgery and ended up losing her sight as a result. And so I had to kind of watch her relearn how to deal with day-to-day, things, like even just putting on clothes. The way that she pushed through that is, very much so instilled in me. Decided I wanted to go to midwifery school. And then in my true fashion, once I applied to midwifery school, I actually found out that I had breast cancer. So I thought that my goals were done because I didn't know what the future held. I, for some reason, decided to push forward even through surgery and treatment and whatnot. And I finished school, ended up with breast cancer again towards the end during my completion of my midwifery degree. But all of it just strengthened me and I think makes me the perfect provider because I've literally been through it all. I definitely think it is our stories that carry us through, and we do have a duty to share our stories because you never know when they'll help the next person. I think I still get that little anticipation just before a baby comes out and you're seeing the top of that head and you're seeing her start to actually believe that she's almost at the end and knowing that literally I'm a part of making a family. How big that is to most people, all people, I think, is where I find that I always get butterflies. I always get really excited, also nervous, that moment right before that baby comes out. It definitely never gets old. And I do feel like I do remember every single birth. I do keep track. I keep a little counter of how many boys, how many girls. I keep track of the names. I keep that list because I pray for them daily. I feel like I have that responsibility just being, part of their birthday. I think that your perfect fit is here. There are so many different providers and we all come from different walks of life, all different ages. Some of us are mothers, some of us are, purposely single. And so, being able to find your perfect fit, it's definitely here. And you don't have to, stick with the one person. You can, really figure out who's exactly right for you here. I think there is someone for everyone here.